I'm so excited to learn a recipe out of what is the hottest cookbook out there right now.
Okay, well, let's do it. So we're gonna make the miso apple tart, a take on the classic French tart, but it takes like a little bit of a twist in incorporating miso into the glaze and into the frangipane underneath it. So we're gonna start by making like a cheater's frangipane. So you should have a bowl of butter and brown sugar that's already paddled together. And you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of almond butter right into the bowl and 1 tablespoon of white miso. And then use your spatula to kind of like paddle them together and work them together into a paste. So once it's all paddled together and it feels kind of smooth, you have an egg hopefully nearby that you can crack right into it. And that, this is gonna kind of puff up underneath the apples as it bakes on the bottom layer with the egg in there. Okay, so I'll show you what mine looks like. Mine is like a nice kind of drizzly, pasty situation. So once your egg is incorporated, that's kind of what it should look like. We getting there? We working it? Okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is slice some apples. So you can set the frangipane aside. Gorge.
This is me flirting with my apples.
Beautiful. You're gonna take your apple and you're gonna cut it into 4 lobes, like basically cutting out the core so that what's left behind is just a little square piece of core.
It makes perfect sense. And I slice apples for my daughters like almost every night. And I feel like I'm always kind of reinventing the wheels when I slice it. And I love this because I'm always having to deal with the core and this avoids that. So I totally get it.
There you go. And then you can kind of slice through them crosswise into little like thin slices, because then we can fan them out really in a very organized manner, if that makes sense.
All right, so this is my board and this is Molly's board, and that's all you need to know.
Let's move on from that.
Okay.
And let's throw them on the tart. So we're just fanning them out, adding them right to the tart. And then this needs to get glazed. So this is a mixture of brown sugar, butter, heavy cream, more miso, and vanilla. And we're going to just lightly glaze all of the apples with it. And that's going to help them cook down and also just like give them a nice sheen so that they don't dry out in the oven. So if you have a pastry brush, you're just kind of going gently over them.
I've never smelled anything like this. This is like walking into a caramel apple toffee.
It totally is.
Like, I love that you added miso into this.
And you know what else is that as soon as we're done with this, we're gonna add salt to those because we love savory desserts. And in the meantime, we can bring in our finished tarts.
Ta-da!
Beautiful. And then we're sprinkling it with some Malden because that butterscotch and that frangipane is sweet, and we want to bring out some of the more savory notes of the almond butter and the miso. And then we can just scoop ourselves a little bit of ice cream here, and we'll try it together.
I think what you're bringing to the culinary world has humor and whimsy. And also we need inventive combinations that, like, you know, we hadn't thought of, whether it's slicing a steak au poivre or adding miso to the apple tart. You're bringing so much innovation and imagination into your work.
I'm going.
This is so incredible. I mean, it tastes exactly how you hope it tastes. The surprise and delight in it is that it's that good. I can't thank you enough for doing this show. I've been so looking forward to just honoring what you're putting out there in the world, and now getting to eat your food. It's just such a gift. Thank you, Molly Boz, so much. Be sure, if you haven't already, to pick up a copy of Cook This Book, a truly unique and beautiful cookbook that does stand out. And Molly, your criteria to create something unique and beautiful, well, it really came true. So go to thedrewbarrymoreshow.com to get this recipe. I can't talk today. You know what? Here's what I need to do with this mouth.
Just keep eating. It's such a pleasure. Thank you so much, Drew.
Oh, Molly Boz,